Now let's look at the newspapers. And again, it is the first of the special assignment by Seth Kwame Boateng, Next to Die, is the title of that great documentary about the lack of facilitation and the attention that needs to be given to the maternity block that had been started over 3 to 4 decades ago, but yet to see completion at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. And if you watch the premiere, you get to know that babies would have to be delivered on the bare floor, and even mothers who come in with those infants would also have to be admitted and even sleep on the bare floor. What does it mean? Yeah, it just means that those babies and their mothers are always at risk, and that is why the mortality rate is always high in the facility. But we have to take a look at it when we cross over to Kumasi, where Kojo Yankson as well as Mama Vioso Abuaje will be giving us great insight into that on both TV and radio. So please do stay on. In the meantime, though, let's look at the newspaper on the front page of the Daily Graphic. It has the main story: scrap JHS, SHS and replace with O and A levels. We also have Dufour applauds budget but urges government to deal with weak fundamentals. And 3 more commit suicide, scores call helpline for assistance. On the back page, we have a Greek initiative will increase income levels, Dr. Akuto. So those are the stories we have. Now let's look at the Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times has on the front page, Defer Free SHSS think tank. And then we have articulated truck crashes into 16 vehicles. Just happened down the road from our studios here, not too far from here though. It was not a funny sight to behold. Talks about the need for us to be more cautious when it comes to road safety. And we have a video of that. We would want to show that to you now. And in the video, and in these pictures coming to you, just show the states of the mangled vehicles. And it happened as a result of a trailer losing its track. An articulated vehicle crashed into at least 16 of those vehicles at Nima, resulting in the vehicles badly damaged and 2 people sustaining injuries in the process. Eyewitnesses said the truck failed its brakes and in the process ran into other vehicles. And the police, meanwhile, have towed all the damaged vehicles to the Nima police station with assistance of Road Safety Management Services Limited, which has those yellow tow trucks scattered across the country. A similar accident occurred at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle about a fortnight ago when 4-footer truck container, it should be 40-footer truck container made up of loads of sugar toppled over or nearly toppled over the guardrails of the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. They also again took the assistance of the company Road Safety Management Services Limited with their yellow tow trucks to help improve the situation. We look at the next paper and the Daily Guide. Deputy Ministers names out. And then we have 10 commit suicide in 14 days and Ikuadonko in court over robbery. Those are the stories we have. But government moves to solve Dumso. So we also have other stories. We have BNFT, government to renegotiate fifth freedom rights as national airline is imminent. We also have budgets built on weak foundation, IFS, and GRA hopeful of meeting target amid tax cuts. Let's see how that goes. The front page of the Finder has a story. Ghana Armed Forces to recruit 1,200 accommodation capacity building healthcare prominent in 2017 budget. We also have spiritual test, fetish priest ends in pool of blood, Ministry of Business Development, best for local businesses, Amega. He's a CEO of Eclipse Microfinance. Tax reliefs in budget will boost tax collection efforts, according to the GRA. And MTN Ghana, apparently, they make 7.5 million Ghana cedis daily. in 2016 alone. I'm sure 2017 they are making more. They so far paid 713 million Ghana cedis in taxes. That's a lot. I mean, we should say. Good work, MTN. The Daily Dispatch newspaper, Kwesi Pra declares Akufo-Addo's father, convicted Jake's father of terrorism, and Joyce Muktari clarifies statement on NDC and MPP. And then we tell you the power of sleep. I tell you, those who put this article there, I think they hardly even sleep. Journalism is not easy. All right, so those are the stories we have. In the meantime, we have to go to the online portals, and let's go to myjoyonline.com. We have a number of the stories there, and then you find government new media board must be open-minded about ECG, we're told, and then you go up, we have other stories as well. MTN Ghana readies for IPO this year. Maslok gets new deputy CEO, and Abibata Shani Mahama Zakaria has been appointed the deputy chief executive officer of microfinance and small loan scheme. Congratulations to her. Why English speakers apparently they worry about slipping up. If you speak local language and you slip up, you don't have to worry at all, do you? I don't think so. We worry too much. GE's 200 megawatts power plant brings vital energy boost to Ghana. And then we have other stories as well. The government to lay tax cut policies to Parliament and certificate of urgency. And it will bring you the story about the 16 cars that were mangled yesterday. Newtown, between Newtown and Nima yesterday. Poor attitudes on the roads and what it means. And then we have President Akufo-Addo's words in media board. And then we have the first batch of deputy ministers undergo orientation. Another story is also on the main page of myjoyonline.com. Now let's go to City FM. On City FM, increase road tolls to $1. Charismatic bishops to government. And then we have Gandhi statue stand stall on UG campus. Next story, Fred. After protests. And then we have nothing wrong with government involvement in religious affairs. A.R. Gomda. Boss Gomda. It's been a while. And then we have CPP still a formidable political force. Kwame Bomfe. You go to the side. Hajia Abibata Shani Mahama appointed Maslok deputy CEO. So we have other stories. Let's go to the Africa page of the BBC. So you go to the Africa page of the BBC. Niger. Oh, sorry, Niger. That's a Niger. Niger. Niger opposition head jailed in absentia. Please forgive me. We have 2 UN officials kidnapped in DR Congo, and then we have Kenya arrest suspect in the Rancha murder. We're told that Samson Lokai appears in court but has not yet submitted a plea. And we know the Rancha was a former army officer in the British Army. Very sad incidents, particularly for that story. Okay, so those summarily are the stories we have to look at on the Africa page of the BBC. So we have to take a break now. We'll be having sports very soon. But again, we're telling you that we'll be bringing to you live coverage of events in Kumasi. It follows the special assignments, the first of the several of those series of reports and documentaries on critical areas of the economy and the country. And straight away, we'll link up with Kumasi. Good morning, Mama V.
Morning to you, Roland.
And how have you been? How was Kumasi
you don't sound like
from
you
yesterday?
Miss me, man. You don't sound like you miss me.
I do miss you in the studio. Actually, the whole place feels empty. as if you've traveled, which really you have.
Yeah.
How was Kumasi so far? Or how has Kumasi been so far?
Kumasi, fantastic place. And it's only when I got here that I realized how much I've missed the place. Right now, we're in Edum. I'm coming to you from a newspaper stand, but you're fortunate in Accra because you've got all the newspapers. I'm standing at the National Best News Stand, owned by a very fine gentleman, Mr. Ato, and this is Edum on the Prempeh 2nd Avenue, or the streets, if you like. Yesterday, it rained rather very heavily in the evening, but we still did the screening of Next to Die, the documentary, the reason we're here in Kumasi, with the entire crew, plus the Super Morning Show, also here in Kumasi. We'll be at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. That's where from 7:30 a.m. the entire show is going to come your way. But I thought, listen, I'm in Kumasi, let's have a feel of Kumasi. And you know, once we're in Kumasi, we'll definitely have to get our man, Erastus Asare-Donkor. So he's here, right here with me. He's actually introduced me to Edum. Edum is not, it's a bit very slow now, but I tell you what, in a little bit, it will get really, really busy. Erastus, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Yeah, it's wonderful having the team around in Kumasi. This is the Prempeh 2nd Street. Very busy street indeed. It's early days yet.
Yeah.
And as you can see, more people will be, the traffic will be intense when it gets to about 10 a.m.
Okay.
This morning.
Okay.
Yesterday I had a wonderful time with the premiering of the documentary.
Yeah.
And we shopped nets right there.
It's true.
At the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. How did you feel?
I had to watch it twice. When I got home, did I say when I go home? I mean, it's still home. I had to watch it again. And I think sometimes when it's so close, you don't realize the intensity or the extent.
Yeah.
And I think that it dawned on all of us. This morning, we're going to show you excerpts of that documentary before the conversation. But I couldn't but realize there's a Chibom joint right behind us. Yeah, there's a Chibom joint. We will definitely visit the place. But Erastus in Kumasi, at what's the time right now? In Accra, we're done with the review, but you only have the Daily Graphic.
Yeah, I only have the Daily Graphic, and I think before uploads budgets, but urges government to deal with weak fundamentals, and then more about suicide.
Yeah.
And at Komfo Anokye we had one. That's less than 3 weeks ago. A lady took in Paragon. Yeah, because she trailed 5 papers. And so currently she's on admission, being treated and all that. And so I think the problem is more bigger than, so we have a story here. 3 more commit suicides, call helpline for assistance. And then we have the Catholic bishops calling for a scrap of the GHS, SHS and replaced with O and A level. Do you think that's good?
Well, they say the old system was better than the new one. I didn't go through the old system, so I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah?
4 years would be better. 4 years, 5 years, I think that would be.
It's more like let the arguments begin again, let the debates begin. But Erastus, typically on a working day in the morning, what do people gather around newsstands to look at what's making the headlines? Or we should expect that only when the papers are fully in?
Well, only when the papers are fully in. We have those who want certain papers. Daily Guide is popular in here.
Okay.
And then we have Daily Graphic for the corporate, big executive people. They will be purchasing the Daily Graphic. but more of the time we have messengers who come in, pick them up, and distribute in the various offices in Adum here. So that is what they do. But people do not gather around the newspaper stands to read or something like that.
Okay. You know, I asked Master Ato, who's in charge of this place, if this was the biggest in Adum, and he said, listen, this is the biggest in Kumasi.
Yeah.
I don't know, you have a lot of newspaper stands
yeah, we do
all around?
have lots of newspaper stands behind me towards KGTR. They have a lot of them there, but these are smaller joints where they hang newspapers.
Okay.
But the biggest joint is the National Best Newsstand where we're standing right now, and my main man in there ensuring that we have newspapers and books of all types.
Yeah, it's a bookstore as well. Okay, Rastos, what should our viewers expect? Because this is Kumasi and Accra put together.
Well, we're coming to you right from the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, and this morning, Mamavi, as she's beautifully dressed indeed,
thank you,
is going to sit in with Kojo Jansen, and they are going to bring to you more interviews, go deeper into the story of the abandoned maternity block. It's been there over 40 years, and mothers and babies are dying in a congested maternity block at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. So this morning they are going to meet all the stakeholders, and they are going to delve deeper into the problem and try to find out when government will be completing this particular block.
Yeah, definitely. So we're here on Wednesday as well. What we will be doing the greater parts of today, you're going to hear stories of real people who've had real experiences at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital with regards the maternity block and the children's units as well. You hear real, true life stories. As we share the stories with you, we would encourage you to also reflect on it. And then on Wednesday, which is tomorrow morning, we're still here in Kumasi, we'll try and find the answers, because there is authority, and we've definitely got to extract some answers from them, and let's put more pressure on the people who are supposed to fix it. Because I tell you what, Komfo Anokye is the biggest this side of the country, and you have people coming from almost 5 regions, and it's a referral center. Yeah. It's a referral facility. So it's just like we have in Korle Bu, where people come from other places. And so we've got to fix Komfo Anokye, and the maternity children's block, definitely one that's on everybody's heart. So Roland, we hand over to you. We know that you're going to go for sports. And Benedict Owusu-Dankwa, I'm in your town, man. We will see you after the sports right here in Kumasi.
But Mamavi, before you go, when do I get to go off? So that I know that you're coming on stream, so that after that I can just go have a cool, relaxed time. You know how I like my time off air.
Yeah, I know you like to run away, but today, no, it's not one of the days. You're sticking with us. We're on till 10 a.m. So get some wache. And some onions. I'll tell Patricia Gasu to fix you. We'll see you soon, Roland.
Well, thank you, Mamavi Osuabuaje and Erastus Asaridonko, giving to us that live feed from Kumasi. And we know that it's a live presentation. Mamavi Osuabuaje and Kojo Jansen of Joy FM right here on this channel, as well as live on Joy FM. And it's the special assignment series, the first of it, and First to Die. And we want to give you the latest updates on the subject. And so before we do all that, please, we have to bring you sports, and it's up next.